Hey y'all, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the general collective weekend vibe reading. This isn't for any specific zodiac sign. So as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Know that time as well as the energy is fluid and the energy can be vice versa or interchangeable. It is November 14th as I'm recording this. We currently have the sun in Scorpio and the moon is in Virgo. You all know Mercury is retrograde right now. Let's see what else. Yep. Venus in Scorpio, Mars is in Sag. So there's a Mercury-Mars conjunction going on right now. Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces. There is a grand water trine going on right now between the Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn. So I would check to see, where, water is at in your houses. To see where this energy, could be playing out for you as far as the grand water trine goes. But with that being said, we're going to jump right on in. I was guided to use the Mixed Emotions deck, which I'm not surprised with all of this water energy out here. So yeah, and we'll just, pick the decks as the reading goes along and see what, just go with what feels right. So what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection do we need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this weekend? What's going on, Spirit? Do one more. All right. Okay, so bottom of the deck we have Proud, which says victorious, accomplished, and masterful. The Proud card almost makes me like, it makes me feel like a Six of Wands energy, like an energy of moving forward, of, like the card says, being victorious, accomplishing something, being recognized. But it can also be like a card of, ego and pride as well. The Six of Wands on the other end can be, wanting, wanting that praise, wanting that recognition and or attention. But I'm more so feeling it as if like, you're just like, maybe you've accomplished something for yourself, within yourself, no matter the situation or circumstance, because then up under that we have relieved, which says reassured, soothed, and at ease. And then up under that we have free, which says liberated, independent, and unburdened. Yeah, so it just feels like, you're doing you, you're moving forward. What's that song? Although it's Friday, I'm hearing easy like Sunday morning. But then up under free, we have the envious card. And, I kept seeing this card as we were shuffling. You guys, the camera may have caught it as well, but that doesn't feel like the same energy. But only you know where the energy goes for you. But it feels like, someone, or, there could be outside energies, because this doesn't feel like it's you in any way. But it could be, you could resonate as either one of these energies. Which says suspicious, jealous, and possessive. So this could be, like an outside energy, or just like the opposite energy of what you're feeling, where, someone could be either like, wishing or, wanting this energy, this proud, relieved, and free energy for themselves. But more so, I'm just getting an energy of, it's not even like envious. It's just, you could have people observing this energy about you, like seeing it. I'm hearing in real time. But we not giving that no energy. Well, let's see. Can you show me how the collective is feeling as it pertains to the energy for this weekend? Yeah, see, we have comforted coming out, which says reassured, consoled, and nourished. What's that slogan? Is it oil of Olay, like love the skin you're in? Under that we have empowered. Yeah, like it says powerful, capable, and strong. Yeah, even, like, I don't know, I guess it's just the energy, but, I have been looking, on Facebook at, some of my memories that have, been popping up over the last couple of days. And there was one post that I shared maybe 10 years ago that had popped up on the day this week, about 10 years ago, I guess. And it said, rest is God's weapon, because the enemy wants you basically like tired and weary. And that's what I'm feeling like. Yeah, for some of you, you could just be, indulging in the gift of rest. Like it said, like the devil wants you tired and exhausted and worn out and confused and chaotic, where if you're able to rest, that's a weapon that, God gives to those, who, yeah, it kind of almost feels like, I don't know, it feels like you could be being or trying to be irritated, but it's almost like it's not touching you. Because you're not where that energy is at. It's almost like it can't even reach you. Up under the lonely or empowered, we have the lonely card, which says isolated, alienated, and friendless. Yeah, and I feel like this could even be how, others, another, or just outside energy feels in like retrospect to you. Like I said, it's almost like they could feel, left out, abandoned, but also holding, like, it almost makes me feel like with this resentful energy, like almost like a grudge energy, but it's the grudge is on their side. It just sounds, or feels like to me like you're holding a boundary, or there's a boundary that whoever is in this energy or whatever this energy is, like, it can't cross. Let's get another one. Can I get another one to go with this comforted energy? Can I get another one to go with this comforted energy? Yeah, see? We have the trapped card out. Yeah, and this is that outside energy. It says imprisoned, cornered, or stuck. Yeah, and this is how people, or, multiple people, whatever, like, trapped to me is like the devil card, which is Saturn energy. So this could even be work. Like for some of you, you could like have a day off or took the day off and, just doing you. But if it's, another person or, just outside energies, they, could be feeling trapped because it's almost like discomfort, it has, escaped them. But coupled with the guilty, it's almost like, how can I say this? Because it says blameworthy, responsible, and at fault. Like, I guess the best way that I can say it, and I'm going to use the scenario of work, but it can apply in all different situations or circumstances where, like, you can't feel guilty for taking a day off. Like, and you definitely can't make that somebody else's problem. So it's almost like, yeah, you're whoever is in this energy or whatever this energy is, and relation to you, it's almost like it's because of you decided to do whatever you did, because guilty, you're only guilty of something if you've done something. And I'm not saying that in a way as where someone had like, or implying that someone has did something to you. This is their energy. So like, make it make sense. Is what I feel like saying, because like, how you mad because you're at work and somebody took the day off, or this person chose to took the day off and you chose to work, like that ain't got nothing to do with you. And I only am using the energy of work because it's, with the creative card, this is almost like, it gives me magician, Eight of Pentacles vibe. So for some of you, this could be, how, possibly like coworkers are looking at you, but everybody has choices. Yeah, because I definitely don't feel guilty when I take a day off at all. Nope, I don't miss nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Nope, I don't want none of that going on. Nope, I don't want no parts. This is my day off. Can I get another one, please, Spirit? What's going on for the collective this weekend? And we have afraid. And this says fearful, scared, and terrified with vulnerable at the bottom. Yeah, I feel like this is just, it's opposite energy, number one. Where someone, is just feeling, very vulnerable. Yeah, vulnerable and powerless here, feeling like there's nothing they could do. Nah, there's definitely something you can do. Like, in whatever situation, there's always a choice. Like, for instance, if this is someone who is, contemplating, like, feeling stuck at work, feeling, contemplating leaving, it's almost like the afraid energy is coming because they don't know what's going to happen if they do leave, or if this is a relationship or some type of, whatever, friendship, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. They're afraid of what's going to be on the other side of that. Like, and just as I was shuffling, look what was at the bottom. Unsure, but nah, you can't. Can I get another one to go with this afraid energy? Can I get another one? Can I get one, please, Spirit, to go with this afraid energy? Yeah, see, and we have the vulnerable here, which says defenseless, unprotected, and helpless. Yeah, like, and not for nothing, the moon is in Virgo right now, so we are all, reacting and responding to Virgo-like things, our day-to-day. For some of you, it could be your health. But Virgo is 6th house energy, so it deals with, what you do, your daily routines. So for some of you, this could definitely be work because Virgo is mutable earth. And for for some of you, it could be, you know, in regards to a relationship, we do have, you know, the love card at the bottom. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it's almost like it could be a friendship. It could be, like I said, co-workers, whatever the case may be. Just someone who, you know, you relate to on an emotional level, whatever caliber relationship that is for you. But Virgo does deal, you know, it's Mercury, so it does deal with the, like, the nervous system. And it, you know, it can bring on the energy of worry, of fear, of, you know, feeling, you know, vulnerable, feeling stuck. It's mutable earth, so it kind of like doesn't know which way to go, which way, you know, it's like that. It can, But if, you know, for some of you, no matter what it is, it feels like whether it's a relationship, a job, a friendship, a family ship, whatever the case may be, it's almost like someone is like, with the desperate and the disgusted card, it's like holding on to something that you want to throw away. Like, you either gonna throw it away or you're not. Like, and I know, like, sometimes I can be a little, you know, come off a little aggressive, but it's a choice. Like, you have to choose. If something is not helping you, or it's not helping you more than, or how can I say this, if something is hurting you more than it's helping you, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Like, look at, I'm gonna put these back because they came out together, and I just want one to bring the, you know, to see what the mutual energy is. But we have the desperate again with disgusted and unsure at the bottom. Yeah, look at, with the sad. Nah, we ain't doing that. Can I get one? Can you show me the mutual energy between these two energies? And we have the unsure card, which says uncertain, doubtful, and indecisive. So, like, it's kind of like I've already said what I'm feeling here. Whatever situation, whoever is in this energy is in, the sad energy is at the bottom, which says unhappy, joyless, and dejected. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a job, if you're around people that don't bring you joy, make you feel happy, and I know it's easier said than done. I know. You have to decide which, you know, which way you're going to go. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. Just looking at which what deck I want to use. We're gonna go with the Chinese tarot. I haven't used this in a while. What's going on here as it pertains to this energy and spirit for the collective? What messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection do you need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this weekend. Jupiter is retrograde as well. I just seen the Wheel of Fortune card, and it, just instantly made me think about Jupiter. Can I get more? Alright, so bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Wands, which can almost to me, it's an energy of, standing your ground, enforcing a boundary. But it could also be a card of resistance. It's almost because it's giving me the energy almost of is this worth fighting for? Whatever situation, is it worth fighting for it? Or is it worth fighting to, let it go? Up under that, we have the Six of Pentacles, where even if on this depiction, you could see he's, it's almost like an energy. It's not quite the Seven of Pentacles, but it's almost yeah, let me see, is it worth it? Is it giving me, is it, reciprocal to me? Is it something that's balanced for me? For a lot of you, I'm not going to lie, this feels like work. Especially with the Six of Pentacles and then the Three of Pentacles. Because they're pentacles, so that deals with, the material realm. But it's almost even, you see, is this working for me? Am I able to, go in a direction that aligns me with, because I guess I can say the way that I see this card, if he shoots that at the right angle, he can get all three pentacles, in my opinion. But it's almost like someone is worrying about well, what if I miss one? Or what if, this doesn't work out? And it's kind of given the energy of this Five of Pentacles, trying to do too much, trying to maintain. But these pentacles, you see how big they are? They're heavy. It's weighing you down. It's it's too much. But I can feel the energy of, someone at a crossroads with the Two of Swords, trying to achieve balance. But just like I said, with the Devil card, this is that trapped energy. Someone trying to maintain something that is not healthy for them. Something, because the Devil can be toxicity. It could be limitations, restrictions, feeling stuck, feeling limited, all of that. And you won't be able to, I hate to say it like that, but it's you can't maintain in something that makes you feel like you can't do something. Or makes you feel like you're stuck. Imagine that. Can I get one for this Comforted, please, Spirit? Why is this Comforted here? Too many. Can I get one for Comforted? Yeah, we have the Hangman, and this deck is called the Hanging Ghost, but it's the Hangman energy, which is an energy of, trying to gain another, a new perspective. It's an energy of, taking a time out. It can be seen as an energy of making a sacrifice and or compromise. And for some of you, I can feel some of you are compromising your, your comfort and your peace for a job or for a situation that is not allowing you to grow. Thank you, Spirit, because I was wondering why, Jupiter came up. And with Jupiter being in retrograde, some of you could be, just taking the time out to, take a tally to try to look at something. Look at where your comfort level is within a situation. And if it's off, it may be time to go with the Fool energy. Some of you could feel like you've made a foolish decision, and trying to like maintain or create order out of chaos with this Five of Wands, but you realize like like I said before, it's too much work with the Nine of Wands, and it's keeping you stagnated with the Knight of Pentacles. Can I get one for this trapped? Oh. That was the Empress coming out. I'm going to put it back because it fell on the floor. But for some of you, if you're resonating as a feminine energy, yeah, like I feel like this energy feels like it can't come towards you. But for others of you, you could be feeling trapped by like a boss or, some type of feminine mother figure. You could be feeling stuck. Can I get another one for trapped? I love this. Oh my God, y'all. I'm not gonna cry this reading. I'm not. So we have the Queen of Cups and the Chariot, both Cancer energy. And yes, we have Jupiter and Cancer. So someone's Jupiter placement could be, or yours could be, at play, especially with it being in retrograde and with it being a part of this grand water trine. But it feels like, to me, like there's a masculine energy that feels, look, because, oh my God, Spirit. It's like I said, you are that Empress energy, but it's almost like with the Queen of Cups and the Chariot here, it's almost like your water energy is what is like what you're sitting in heavily right now. But there feels like there is a masculine energy, the King of Cups, with the Emperor behind him, who is like it's like they feel restricted, like they can't come near you. For some of you, there could be, mutual feelings with it being the King and Queen of Cups. But it makes me feel like even as a feminine energy, it's the water that's, driving you. The way that you feel is, the driving force behind, possibly how you're able to, achieve this, the level of comfort. Even with that Hangman energy, it's like, people or this masculine could be wondering like how you're able to, sit in this energy while they're feeling this trapped energy. But it's because you move off of how you feel. And this masculine could even be feeling stuck like they can't move how they feel. Can I get one more, please, to go with this trapped energy? Can I get one more for this trapped energy? Yeah. This masculine energy, we have the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Or the Ten of Cups, excuse me. In between, there's a Three of Cups. But it almost makes me feel like, yeah, this person, like, they could, like, daydream or fantasize a lot about, being in this Ten of Cups energy, either with you or just within themselves. But it's almost like their mentality is, with the Ten of Swords, like, however they're, like, it could be doubt, it could be fear, it could be negative self-talk. The way this person processes is it's almost like they talk themselves out of it. So it's almost like an energy of like wishful thinking, but also like, yeah, but I can't really have that. Well, if you keep telling yourself that, you're not. You're going to stay in this energy of feeling stuck, unable to, move towards what you're feeling, or what, how you're feeling, utilizing that as it's really a gift. Like, feelings create life. There's no life without water. So imagine walking around not like trying not to feel stuff. Like, absolutely not. It leaves you feeling like this, but even this is a feeling. Like, so it's like you can't escape them. So it's almost like someone is needing to embrace and honor what it is that they're feeling. Because for some of you, people see you doing that, and it's almost like, well, how do you do that? I don't know. It's like you can't fight the feeling. So you might as well either, allow, you have to, how they say, you, in order to heal, you have to feel. Can I get one to go with this afraid, please, Spirit? Why is this afraid here? Yeah, we have the Three of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. And that makes me feel like, yeah, someone feels like, especially with the Three of Swords, someone's afraid of, separating from something, or letting go of, either a past things that could have potentially, brought them hurt or heartache, and allowing like a new perspective to come in, or fearing that what they have like their eyes set on, or what it is that they want with this Ace of Pentacles, or even if they're presented with a new opportunity, that it's going to end bad. But it's all in how you decide to look at something. We have the Lovers, which can be, a connection, or it can be a decision. And then we have Justice. You got to be willing to, like, I almost want to say, like, see it through. Some people, if this is in regards to work, they're afraid of like having to start over in a, a monetary way when it comes to like money. But I don't know if that would matter, at least, personally speaking, if it, if it's going, like, it almost feels like, for those that may feel that way, if your fear of, losing, or, having to sacrifice, the amount of money you make, or, whatever the case may be in regards to that, is it worth you feeling whole and complete within yourself? And I mean, I'm not saying either, decision is right or wrong, but after this afraid, I didn't mean to put those back. Yeah, we have the Five of Swords. So this is fighting. This is like having a defeatist mentality. With the Five of Swords, a need, it could be the ego of needing to win at all costs. But physically, for some of you, even in regards to your health, it's becoming too much. Even just having the fear, the worry, the anxiety behind it. Like, and you see, oh, I love this depiction. You see, because that Three of Swords came out, and I put it back in the deck. I didn't leave it out. Let me get it. Let me take it out, because it was the Three of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Hold on. Come on now. No, it wasn't this far down. Here's the Three of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Now, the 3 and the 2 make the 5. So what I'm seeing here is, you see how, like, I've already explained the 3. Whether that's, someone thinking that they're, the 3 of Swords to me is always looked at as like past hurts. Or if it's current, it's, it could be needing to separate from something or someone or a situation that, it may, it's the 3 of Swords. So it may be, how can I say this? It may be something that you hold near and dear to your heart, but it's hurting you. But in this depiction, the 5 of Swords, you see, he has 2 swords here. Needing, which the 2 of Swords could be, not wanting to look at the reality of something. It could be the energy of blocking something off, not wanting to deal with something, not wanting to look at it. But with the 3 of Swords here, and normally the 2 of Swords is crossed. But with the 3 of Swords here, and this depiction of the 5, it's almost like, first of all, you got to get rid of the 3 of Swords. But it comes by way of looking at things how they are, uncrossing those 2 swords, because it could be 2 conflicting truths. But it's almost like there's like a need to act without letting the energy that the 5 of Swords can be of, I need to do this because I need to, win. I need to, satisfy my ego, or I need to, it could also be a card of, not caring who you hurt. But all of that plays a part. So it's something that, whoever's in this energy needs to look at. Like, what are you afraid of giving up or letting go? Because whatever it is, for some of you, even with this 3 of Swords and Ace of Pentacles, you're seeing how, it's almost, in a way, it's keeping you from the 3 to the 5. It's keeping you at that 2. So are you going to look at the 3 of Swords for what it is and get rid of it? Or are you going to just stay having that be like what's looming behind you, and ultimately what's keeping you from moving forward because you're afraid of that happening again? Because right now it has you doing like the most, but it also, for some of you, it could be leaving you physically depleted, financially depleted, and trying to like uphold all of this. Because you don't want to feel what you're feeling with the 7 of Wands and the King of Cups. Because like I said, the 7 of Wands, that 7 of Wands was coming through as like resistance. Can I get one for this vulnerable? Why is this? Look, I cannot make this shit up. The 2 of Swords. So are you going to stay in this energy of being, conflicted, not wanting to look at something? Because that's what's ultimately like keeping you in this vulnerable state, feeling like there's nothing you could do. Well, it's almost like it makes me want to say indecision is also a decision. And if you're trying to get to the to the 4, which is an energy of, taking a time out, that rest, it's that comfort energy. You got to be willing to look at the shit, like, and get comfortable in, what you see. And almost, it makes me feel like with the 4 of Swords and the King of Pentacles, like, get serious about your peace. Can I get another one for vulnerable? Because, yeah, I feel like for some of you, if you're resonating in a feminine energy, your peace is like non-negotiable. Whether it comes to people, places, things, job, whatever, it's not negotiable. Like I said in the beginning, like if you decide to take a day off, they're going to be all right. They'll see you on your next day, your next shift. Or whatever the case may be. Yeah, and then we have the 9 of Wands. Because it's like, I don't know. It's like someone doesn't know how to, like, utilize the things that they've been through in a way, because the 9 of Wands is an energy of like, it's looked at as like the wounded warrior. It's what it's almost like, to me, in the traditional depiction of it, where someone is constantly looking back at, you know, what they've been through, and like almost holding it, or, you know, they keep looking at it like, damn, I went through this and I don't want to go through this again. It's, if even if you do go through it again, it's okay. Normally it's like when you go through something, no matter the level or the caliber, and you make it through, you should be ready to be like, you know what, let me get to this 10 so I can get rid of this shit, and, you know, hit the ace again. Because if you keep looking back, it's like you're not allowing yourself to, you know, to get inspired again. It's almost like you're keeping yourself from being inspired, from opening up, from having a new experience, from, you know, it's almost like you consume yourself with all that you've been through, and it's like it never stops hitting you. And it's almost like with the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, someone needs, like, there's a need to make peace with the past, is what I'm feeling. Because the Two of Pentacles could be a card of indecision as well, or, you know, like comparing, you know, like apples to apples, or, you know, some people could be comparing, well, this situation to another. Like, all of that is unnecessary. You have to come to terms. That's what this Two of Pentacles is saying in this, you know, depiction. You got to come to terms, and the Six of Cups being the past. And can I get one, whoa, for this unsure? Can I get one for the unsure energy here? Because this is the mutual energy, where I feel like for some of you, if you're resonating like in this comforted feminine energy, it's almost like you made your decision. I feel like this, whoever's in this energy may have the decision to either go towards comfort or stay in fear. Can I get one for unsure, please? Yeah. Exactly what I just said. The Four of Swords, which is that energy of comfort and peace. Some of you are there because you decided with justice what, you know, with pieces, however you create it or cultivate it for yourself is what's right for you. But then look what we have at the bottom. We have the Devil, which is that trapped energy of, you know, feeling, some of you, you know, could be feeling like you can't. For some of you, you completely cut this devil energy out of your life, whether it was just, you know, that feeling for you. And for some of you, it could, you know, actually be another person or multiple people or a situation. You've cut it out because nothing, and this is the only card that beats the devil, nothing is worth your peace, your sanity, your you know, emotional and spiritual well-being. It trumps that. And then look, I love it. We have that Six of Wands and the Empress. Yeah, like, and it's like you made it, whatever. If you're feminine energy, you decided to make this, you know, a decision for yourself, for your, you know, for your health, your sanity, your, you know, whatever the case may be. You decided to make a decision, and it's almost like people are seeing that. There's that Six of Wands that we started out with, that proud energy. But all energy has, you know, it's a spectrum. It has this, I hate to even say positives and negatives, but you know how they say there's two sides to every coin. You're on one side of it, and whoever, whatever is on the other side of it, it could be related to you, it could be not. Because for some of you, if this has nothing to do with another person, you it's almost like you've elevated and you're sitting in this Empress energy. So enjoy that. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with that. For others of you, people are seeing this and wondering like how the fuck you're able to do it. The only thing I can say is like, I don't know. It feels like they're seeing it for themselves. And if this is in regards to like a masculine as well, they're seeing it. But it's also like it's showing them like, hey, take, like, it almost makes me want to say like, you got to take this shit serious. Like, this shit is not a game. Can I get one more to go with this unsure energy? Because it's almost giving me like the energy, especially with this Four of Swords and Justice. Like, like a liberated feeling. Because it makes me feel like some of you may have chose this, and other people are, you know, at this crossroads and they're not sure which way to go. You have to go in the way that feels right for you. That's all I can say. Can I get another one to go with this unsure with the Four of Swords and the Justice card? Whoa, 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 whoa. Can I get one more for this unsure? That was the Death card that tried to come out. If it's meant to, it'll come out again. Yeah, the Tower. Which is that realization. And then we have the Page of Swords at the bottom, which could be a card of, you know, it's to me, the Page of Swords is an energy of like observation. For some of you, it could be watching. But the Tower can be an unexpected, just, you know, event. It could be just going on internally within you. But for me, it feels like, or at least for this reading, what I'm feeling is the Tower with the Page of Swords is someone coming to that, you know, like a jarring realization. And there's almost like, yeah, someone's like, you know what, I need this. I need this. I need to be balanced. Temperance is, you know, a card of moderation. Like I said, to me, temperance is emotional and spiritual, you know, balance, where justice is the physical and the mental balance. Give me one more for this Tower, please. And I'm hearing, shout out to LL Cool J. Because I want to say, is he a Virgo? I think he is a Virgo, but I'm hearing, I need love. So that song may be significant to someone, or just how someone is feeling. Like, yeah, you need to be in an energy of either, you know, loving within yourself. Some of you may be looking for it, you know, within another person. But if that's the case for you, it's almost like, yeah, I hate to say it, but it's like they're out of reach because of, you know, your, for whatever reason, it feels like you, I don't know if it's just doubt, if it's fear that's keeping you away from this person, but it doesn't have anything to do with them. We have the Hierophant, the Heavenly Master coming out. Yes, I love this. And it's almost like with, sorry y'all, like I just been so jovial and happy these last couple of days. It's been almost surreal for me, but that's another video. But with the Tower and the Hierophant, it almost makes me feel like, yeah, someone is realizing like what's valuable, where their value lies. Remember, we just had that full moon in Taurus. Which Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio, but the Tower does have Scorpio energy, so it's almost like it's for someone, or you know, whoever this is resonating for. If you're in this masculine energy, it's time to go towards like to utilize the opposite energy, utilize Taurus energy, and you know, to get, like, I almost want to say serious, but just get, you know, get your, like, I almost want to say like get your focus together, because Taurus is fixed earth. Like, it almost feels like you need to align with what is right for you morally, integrally. Because then we have the Eight of Wands. And if you do that, really, with that realization, if you choose to act on it, look where it pushes you. You go from the Eight of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles. Which is something, you know, the Eight of Wands is a card of communication. It's a card of travel. It's a card of, you know, progress, forward movement. It'll push you into something that is more, you know, stable, more long-term for you. like for the long haul. Because whatever you're in right now, it's almost like there's a sense of, with the Four of Cups, like discontentment. We'll get one more and then we'll grab the guidance and advice. I want to get one. Can I get one more for this comforted energy? Because I feel like if you're a feminine energy, it's like you're just not, you're not there. Like you're not around with whoever or whatever is going around this energy. Yeah. We have the Ace of Swords and then here's the Death card. Yeah, like it's almost like Spirit, they're saying you're proof of the truth, that change with the Death card, like, can be had. Like that's what it feels like. For some of you, like you're the proof to some people. Or even that, you know, like change is necessary. With the Death card. I'll get another one. Give me one more to go with this comforting energy. Like you freed yourself. Yes. Spirit is showing out. You freed yourself. Where that hangman energy that came out for the comforted, where, you know, either, you know, people were wondering how. Some of you, it's like you didn't or you don't sacrifice your comfort for whatever, people, places, things, jobs, whatever the case may be. You actually freed yourself to be able to have this comfort for yourself. You didn't, like, it's almost like you didn't stay in limbo. And then with that coming out, clarifying the Ace of Wands, or excuse me, the Ace of Swords is the Eight of Wands. Exactly, like it pushed you forward. Because your emotions are in the driver's seat. With the Queen of Cups and the Chariot. It's the driving force. You're the driving, the way that you feel is really the driving force behind everything, if you ask me. But someone, you know, where you could be feeling, you know, or having, you know, like positive feelings, or really it's like an energy of not letting anything or anyone come in between this for you. Other people are like, they let those emotions like they harbor on them negatively with that trapped energy. So it's like, and especially with the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom, it's like, you know, slow and steady. Like they say, you know, how the tortoise beat the hare. But for others of you, like I would say it would be the masculine energy, they allow it to stunt their growth, and then they sit in the Five of Cups, that water. So that water becomes heavy. It becomes toxic. Because they don't know how to like separate it or let it go. It's almost like with this Four of Pentacles, which could be a card of possession, like they hold on to it for so long. And then, you know, they make it look good, but come on, how can you move through life? Like, it don't, like, I feel like someone is juggling like a gesture or something. And for others of you, they're saying, you know, it's almost like if you're being looked at as in this energy of being, you know, like almost free, because we did have that free card come out in the beginning of the beginning of the reading. It's almost like you're able to, you know, like let go of things with the Four of Pentacles and not let it weigh you down, even if seemingly, you know, it may, you know, it's like you don't possess, you allow. So that's what even gives you, like, it's almost like not being attached to an outcome or a specific outcome. That's what it feels like. Like you're not attached. You let go of attachments. anything that will, weigh you down. Because what's the song? There's a song by Drake. Is it Do Not Disturb? I think it's Do Not Disturb, where he says, always try to let go of anything that'll burden me. That's why you can always feel the tension and the urgency. Because like I don't know. I've even had people say it to me like, yo, Daz, why do you always wanna, attack something in the, like right when because what's the point of letting it linger or letting it if I can, like, if I spill something, you think I'm gonna sit and be like, oh man, I spilled this juice, do I want to clean it up? I'm not gonna overanalyze some shit. Like, no, if I spill a cup of juice, I'm gonna get up and get a paper towel and clean it up. Like, if I decide to leave it there and get sticky, then possibly, depending on how long you leave it there, you open up the doors to fucking ants, or if it's something sweet, or flies, if it's like, come on now, y'all, let's get it together. The same thing happens with the way that we feel about things, the way that we think about things. If you keep ruminating and talking yourself out of it, or trying to like act like it ain't there, or no. That's too much. That is too much. I will not. Like I said, that's just me. But it's not worth all of that to me. If I clean it up, it's cleaned up, and we keep going. We move on. We either, we gotta go get me another cup of juice. I may not now, I done spilled it. Maybe I'll get something else to drink. Like, pardon me, y'all, but it's just like I don't know. It's just the way that I see things. Like, I ain't got the time for all of that. No, ma'am. But what's the guidance and advice, Spirit? What's going on? What's the guidance and advice as it pertains to the collective and the energy and spread for this weekend? What's going on? And like I said, if it's a relationship or if it's a job, if it's not making you feel good, like, y'all know I'll be quick to hit a Chris Brown, chuck them deuces up, and get on my way. Like, because that, like, it's no need though. Think about what it does to you mentally, what it does to your spirit to like keep trying to endure in something that ain't right for you. You don't want to be there. So don't you think you would want to get the fuck on? Like, I don't know. Like, and I'm not judging anybody that, goes through this process, because I have been there, but I can't sit in that energy for long. Like, because it feels off to me. So it's almost like before I can even like, as soon as I get the feeling, it doesn't even have anything to do with what I'm thinking. Like, as soon as I get that feeling, like, no, I gotta go. Like, it don't, like, so it's almost like I'm to the point now, because I've always, been like this, and I've, like I said, I'm no better than anybody. I go through the same shit y'all go through and work, but I will quit a job and like, I will check, like, because once it's almost like my spirit automatically just takes over and jumps in the driver's seat, and like I was explaining here, like, it takes over, and there's, after, like, it becomes like automatic for me. So, but I do understand. I get it. Trust me, I get it, because there were times where I tried to fight it, and trying to fight it fucking had me stressed the fuck out. But why? So why? That's where it stopped for me. Like, you know what? No, absolutely not. And after, allowing myself to go through that process, to feel what I was feeling, and if it felt off, done. If it felt all right, I'm gonna keep going. Like, and what's crazy? I was driving to the gym this morning, and I was like, just thinking to myself, like, there's no way that I'm gonna, spend 8 to 10 hours of my day, Monday through Friday, somewhere that I don't want to be. And that's just in regards to work. And it was just driving, like, because, like, at the end of the day, I enjoy what I do. But we had, like, a meeting this week at work, and people were like, they were crying, they were, like, no. If you ever get to that point, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you ever get to that point, that's your cue to go. Like, the fuck? Nah, I wish I would. And like I said, I know that's just me, but I got too much faith to be worried about what I'm gonna do, because I've been there where I've quit jobs with no backup plan. You know how some people be like, oh, don't quit a job until you get another job. Well, no, what if it gets to a point where I don't have time for that? Or I need to do this right now. My body and my spirit is telling me, like, yo, you need to do this right now. Do it right now. I'm not hesitating. And when I tell y'all, like, no bullshit. You can believe me. You don't have to believe me. I'm not trying to convince you, but all I can do is give my testimony on this, because it's happened to me. And when it happened to me, it was so shocking. But looking at it in hindsight, I'm like, you know what? That was the best thing I could have did. Like, that was the best move I could have ever made. I didn't care how my family, my friends, everybody had something to say. I had to listen to me. Like, and not for nothing, that, a part of me, even now thinking back on it, was like, I was in a relationship at the time where I decided to quit my last job. And I felt like, it was like, as soon as I lost my job, it was almost like, I didn't even lose it. I quit because I was like, I can't do this no more. I'm tired of getting here. They're not letting me advance. They're trying to keep me in this one position because I'm good at it, whatever the case may be. But I was in a relationship too at the time, and a part of me, like, I seen it, and I was just like, you know what? Once I decide to make this move, it was almost like a domino effect, because first of all, like, the person I was in a relationship with, they would, whatever the case may be, without getting too specific, I knew that once I lost my job, they were already out the door, because it was like, it's like, well, damn, she about to be fucked up, not knowing that, my faith is bigger than all of that. So I wasn't down. Like, what I had, I wasn't down for long. And like, I just had to make the decision that was right for me. So I quit my job. I went 2 months without nothing. Like, I was applying to jobs. I was going on interviews. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take the first interview that I get. I ended up, going through the motions of, like, not being able to get the the reference, because my supervisor at the job that I left was mad. Like, but I gave them 2 weeks, because it was just, and so I just, I stuck it out. I waited it out. And one night I decided, it wasn't even like I decided. I was laying in my bed, and like I tell y'all, I have a woman's, just a daily devotional that I read. And on it, from what I had to what for my bills for them 2 months, like, I had, like, when I tell y'all, I had just enough. But that night I decided to, read the devotional, and it had a scripture. I can't even remember the scripture, the book it was in, but I remember it was 6:17 or 6:19. And no, it was 661. That's what it was. And I was like, those were the numbers. It was scripture, or chapter 66, verse 1. Whatever book has, I can't, like I said, I can't remember, because it was a minute ago now. But it was 661, and I had opened up my bank account, and that was all I had. So I had decided, I was like, you know what, someone just told me get on Indeed and apply for, just keep applying for jobs. Whatever happens happens. The next day I got the call for the job that I am at now, and even that job, I was like, oh shit, like I've done something similar, but I've never done this. But fuck it, like it ain't like I ain't no dummy. If I don't know, I'll learn. They called me back the next day, and ever since then, everything just. So I didn't go without. I listened to myself. People who said, or whatever they was doing or thinking, hey, that relationship done. Like, it opened me up to so much, and it was because of the faith that I had, the trust that I had, and the belief in me, and me actually choosing. Like, I could have chose to stay in that job and be frustrated, miserable, but no, I couldn't. That it wasn't an option for me. It wasn't. So for whoever this is, this message may be for, like, no, there's always an option. There's always a choice, and if you follow what you're feeling, it really, like, it's the feeling mixed with the intuition, mixed with a knowing, mixed with your faith that will sustain you. Like, you gotta, like, you gotta believe in you. Like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I can't make y'all feel what I'm feeling, but I do understand how this is. But like I said, I'm just to the point where I'm just like, nope. Anything that is going to make me feel some type of way, it don't need to be in my space. Straight like that. Straight like that. So let's see. Can I get one more? And I ain't gonna, spend too much time over analyzing it, worrying, stressing. No, you can't worry and pray at the same time. So, bottom of the deck, we have Treasure Island, which is like a Nine of Cups energy. And then I say something about the turtle, and they got a turtle in there. Oh. But it's, to me, it just feels like with this Treasure Island, like, doing, aligning with what you feel is right for you, what's best for you, and with the poise energy, becoming comfortable in that. Like, that's what this is right here. Because then with regeneration, it actually, like, clears out what is no longer needed, what needs to be changed or transformed. It clears it right on out. And not for nothing, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and then we're gonna get this guidance or advice. The other day, I want to say it was maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I was like, I was working, and I was like, what is this that I'm feeling? And because it didn't feel bad, it didn't, but it was like almost like I could feel like the water, like, in my chest, like in my heart chakra, like just wanting to come up. So I didn't try to fight it. I just let it come up. But after, so of course some tears fell. It wasn't like I was sobbing, crying, but it was just like I could almost feel like, I guess the best way that I could describe it, because I even tried to write it out in my journal, but I couldn't even write it. Because there really was no words, but I was just like, it felt like, God was just like moving, that obstacle moved, that thing done. Like, I could feel like a clearing happening for me. Even though there's nothing, going on. Like, I'm like, this is me. Like, I'm just chilling, but it's almost like, whatever is coming in, I need the space for it. And I don't know, I can't see it, I don't see it, but I could feel like a clearing is the only way that I could feel it. But it's like, it made me emotional, because I'm like, God really be working in the background. moving shit out your way that you can't even, like, you may not be aware of, certain things you can't see. And in me feeling what I was feeling, by allowing myself to just let it out and cry, because it felt like I'm a person, like, I cry happy tears more than I cry sad tears. Because I'm so grateful and appreciative of everything that I have, of everything that I don't, of everything that has stayed and everything that has left. It has made me appreciate life in a different kind of way. So I walk around, like, I don't walk around sad or mad. Like, whatever happened for a reason, and I've accepted it and I moved on, because I can't dwell. So even when I cry on this channel, it's because, like, the feelings are overwhelming. And I said I wasn't gonna cry, y'all, but it is what it is, because there's no shame. There's no shame. And people always think that you have to cry because something bad or sad happened. No, there's happy tears. There's grateful tears. There's appreciative tears. Even if it's just for yourself, like, it's okay. But yeah, I felt that the other day, and I'm like, Lord, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you blocking or what you removing or what you moving out of my way. But I'm ready. I'm ready. That's it. Oh. So we have the No Place Like Home coming out, which, it's that feeling, that comfort. We all know what home is to us physically, but we have to get comfortable with that home internally and spiritually within ourselves. And there's no place like being in that I can't even explain it, because there really are no words. There really are no words, but I love this. So it says, no place like home. The essential meaning is authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. And I told y'all I got that, what was it, oil of Olay, love the skin you're in. I like, hey. So it says, the oracle's message. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. The relationship message. Lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together, you add to the love of the world. The prosperity message. When you act in an authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what is in your highest good. Your business choices, the investments you make, and the creative projects you immerse yourself in are powerfully on point. Why? Because when you are fully yourself, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both successes and failures, you will see the divinity in all things. Mm. Mm. Abundance is a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. And then we have the protection message. There are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory driven creatures, and we look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you've got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. That I can't make this shit up. I can't. Like, I can't make this shit up. So that's the weekend vibe, y'all. I'm leaving it there. I'm not even clarifying there's no place like home, because whatever the case may be, like, you gotta do what's right to you. As always, y'all, I thank you all for tuning in with me. I definitely hope everyone enjoys their weekend. I hope everyone is safe. And I will see y'all on the next one. All right? Later.